It's sideways. We're going racing. Last chance qualifier. Pro Twins. Long light, but now they're green. It's Helmholtz. Now Molly Terry getting out of there in a hurry. Molly Terry up to second. She's from Illinois. She's in the 2 spot. McRoberts, I believe, slides into 3rd. Sean McNary right there in the 4th spot. They'll set them up off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Pro Twins, last chance qualifier. Some of these riders first time on a big bike. Some of them first time on a big bike on a big track, as in a mile around. So they're going to bring it back this direction. Pro Twins, once again, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th go to the main. Everybody else is done until we go to Knoxville Raceway in the middle of June. Here comes your leader, bringing them off of 4. As they go across the start-finish line, your leader, 16M, Austin Helmholtz on the Kawasaki. 2nd spot, Creve Coeur, Illinois rider, 11P, Molly Terry. And she's caught the leader. She's going to try to use the draft down the back straightaway. 3rd place rider, Brian McRoberts, I believe. Now it's not McRoberts anymore. It looks like Wilhelm has put his head down. He's taken over the 3rd spot. Wilhelm, our Daytona short track winner on the Pro Singles, is trying his hand here on the Pro Twins up to the 3rd spot. Battle for the lead. Molly Terry on the XR pulls out a little early. Now she gets back in line. It is Helmholtz out front, 16M on the number plate. Molly Terry is there in the 2nd spot on the 11P. Molly Terry in 2nd. Brandon Wilhelm right there in 3rd spot. Here comes Molly Terry. She gets the drive off the corners, but she pulls out of the line a little bit too soon. As you get more experience, you know you need to back off just a little bit, save that move until you get to the end of the straightaway or about halfway down the straightaway. She is looking like she's trying to figure this mile drafting game out. Here comes your leader, bringing them off of 4. Halfway flags are going to fly. Molly Terry pulls out early once again. Here they come, pulling out of the draft early. Didn't quite make the pass. Now here comes Wilhelm. Wilhelm and Molly Terry. Molly Terry goes up the racetrack just a little bit. It's still Austin Helmholtz at the head of the class. 16M, Walrath Racing, Bob Lamphere's, Beaverton's Hondas, some of the sponsors on that bike. Now here comes Wilhelm. Wilhelm says, let me lead this one for a little bit. Helmholtz says, I don't think so. It's my turn. Back into turn number 3. It is still Helmholtz at the point. Another rider off the track already. They're going to keep going out front. Top 4 will go to the main. 2 laps to go this time by. Kevin Clark will show them. They're 3 wide, battling for the lead. It's Molly Terry. One of our female riders goes to the lead of this one. 11P. Out front. Molly Terry sneaking away just a little bit this time. Now Helmholtz sliding back to the 3rd spot. 2nd is the 24J. The winner down there in Daytona, 24J, Brandon Wilhelm. Remember, he started on the 2nd row. He's worked his way up to 2nd place. He's right there on the back tire of Molly Terry. Battling for the lead. Here comes Wilhelm, ducks up the inside. Molly Terry gets back in line. White flags fly in this time. 1 more lap to go for the leader. Good battle back here a little bit deeper in the field. Out front, Brandon Wilhelm, Molly Terry, Austin Helmholtz, and the 32C of McRoberts. They're battling for the 4th and final transfer spot. So looks like one of the 2nd place riders slowing down just a little bit, dropping back off the pace. See a puff of smoke. 11P smoking over there. That's Molly Terry. See if she can hang on. Hopefully she doesn't go down. She's definitely slowing down. She got her hand in the air. That's going to open up another transfer spot. Molly Terry trying to get out of the way. Checkered flag out. Everything changes in a hurry. This is the battle for the last 2 transfers right here. So Molly Terry did exactly what Steve Moore had told the riders to do earlier. You guys are awesome putting your heads together. Molly Terry's XR750 came up just a little bit short. Your transfers are the 24J Brandon Wilhelm on the Harley-Davidson, 16M Austin Helmholtz Kawasaki, 17C Sean McNary on the Kawasaki, 32C Brian McRoberts, your final transfer on the Kawasaki. So the winner on the Harley-Davidson, the other 3 transfers all on Kawasaki's. Tough break for Molly Terry on the 11P. She was up there in the transfer spot. You could see it slowing down on the back straightaway, and it started smoking going into 3, and the engine just let go.
And you know, Hollywood, it must have been starting to let go a little bit here on the front stretch because the wind is blowing right out of turn number 1 to here, and I smell motor oil that time, so apparently it was letting go. Now this young man, Brandon Wilhelm, he was down at Daytona in the first opening round. He was 3rd on his single-cylinder motorcycle at Daytona Flat Track. On night number 2, he was 1st. He won it. That gives this young man the point lead in the pro singles competition by 2 points. So he is our current pro singles point leader as he works his way around Molly Terry and her smoking little Yamaha. There you go. He's figuring it out. Yeah, Harley Davidson had a problem, no question about it. Number 24J, Brandon Wilhelm. He's from Aurora, Indiana, on the Sylvester Farms Phillip Racing Harley Davidson XR, and he has made his way to the top of the box, and this is pretty cool because he does get an official interview here now that he has done it. He has won the last chance qualifier. Ladies and gentlemen, number 24J, how about a nice round of applause for Brandon Wilhelm? Brandon, congratulations on a great race. You won the thing. Of course, Molly had a problem. We hate to see that. Nonetheless, you are the race winner.
All right, thank you, Barry. Had a couple of technical difficulties on the bike in my heat race. Had to pull off, but got those solved, and here we are now.
How do you like this Pro Twins class, getting to jump off the 450, getting to ride an XR 750 in Springfield? Does it get any better?
Oh, I'm loving it. Living the dream, Barry. I've been waiting for this since I was a kid.
A hard-charging young man. I know there's some people you want to say thanks to.
Of course. Sylvester Farms, Mike Phillips, Don's Custom, Wilhelm Racing, and AMA.
Fine young man, ladies and gentlemen, is standing atop the podium at Daytona. Meet Brandon Wilhelm. You're going to get to know him better over time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here to call the expert dash for cash. Please welcome from Green Toyota, Milas Copeland. Here comes our starting lineup.
6 of the best flat track riders in the world and only 4 laps to get it done. This is the expert dash.
In position number 1 is going to be the number 42 from Flint, Michigan, on the Kawasaki, Brian Smith. Number 5, Jake Johnson on Ducati out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. The number 17's in 3rd, which is Henry Wiles out of Crystal, Michigan, also on the Kawasaki. Kenny Coolbeth will drive the Harley Davidson in the 4th slot. Number 44, Brandon Robinson on the Kawasaki, and Jarrett Mees is on the outside in a Harley Davidson out of Clio, Michigan. It's time for the Dash for Cash. It's a 4-lap final, ladies and gentlemen. We're racing for $1,000, and we're racing for the points. Henry Wiles takes off, but he falls into 3rd place. Brian Smith's going to lead him one round. Brian Smith looks like he has the early lead as he goes into the corner. Outside turn 1 and into turn 2. We are in the Dash for Cash. Just as Barry said earlier, it's some of the 6 hottest names on the circuit, and they're racing today in the Dash for Cash in Springfield, Illinois. Jake Johnson holds the lead as he comes outside turn 3 and now into 4. He hits the apex, slides outside. Here's that left foot down, and we'll see if he can bring the Ducati with the lead. Jake Johnson, followed by Brian Smith. Brian Smith tries to duck down to the inside. Smith's going to take the lead now as he goes to the apex. Slides outside now, turn 2. In his hip pocket, though, one of those Harley Davidsons, but it's still going to be Smith with the lead. He'll lead him down the backstretch, followed by Jake Johnson. He's got company on his outside, tucks inside. Now here comes that drift. Flies past him on the outside of 3. We've got a head-to-head battle for 2nd place. Now they drift down to 3rd, still with the lead. Coming around on that Kawasaki. Brian Smith's going to lead him to the line. We are halfway there. Jake Johnson falls off just a tad bit. That left foot comes down. Now the battle and a shift change for 2nd place. It's still Brian Smith with the lead. We've got about 1 1/3 lap to go for this Dash for Cash in Springfield, Illinois. $1,000 is up for grabs in this, our final Dash for Cash of the afternoon. Here we come. We're at the apex one more time. Now we slide out. White flags flying. It's going to be still Brian Smith with the lead. Kenny Coolbeth's going to try to reel him in. Kenny Coolbeth, one of the fan favorites on that Harley Davidson, steps on his outside shoulder. He'll take a look and then duck back inside. It's Coolbeth trying to wrap down Brian Smith. Goes to the high outside. He's going to try to make a run about the mid-stretch. Kenny Coolbeth puts him in his sights. Ducks to the inside. He slams the door. Nowhere to go. Coolbeth steps back, rolls off the throttle just a little bit. He'll come one more time trying to step to the inside. Coolbeth going to try to make a run on it on the Harley Davidson. Brian Smith says no. Here comes Coolbeth one more time. Brian Smith going to take him to the lead. Brian Smith in a Kawasaki EX650 holds on, and Kenny Coolbeth will have to settle for second, and Jake Johnson, driving the Ducati, will slide in for third. That has been your Dash for Cash.
Let's go ahead and say our expert Dash for Cash brought to you by Green Toyota. How about it for Miles Copeland?
Give it up for Miles! Dude, Miles, you rock, son. That was a great race call. Thanks a lot, buddy. As always.
Barry, I had goosebumps up here just standing here watching Miles. I know it's 4 laps. You got to get it done in a hurry. The official finishing order: 42, Brian Smith; 2, Kenny Coolbeth; 5, Jake Johnson; 9, Jared Meese; 44, Brandon Robinson; and Henry Wiles picks up the 6th spot. 5 points for the winner, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 points for fourth, 1 point for fifth, and no points for Henry Wiles. Now let's go to the victory podium. My partner for the 6th year in a row, that's Barry Boone.
Proud to be your partner, Scotty. I love listening to your race call, and it's great to have Miles up doing some as well. And now it's time to focus on this man. On the Crosley Radio Kawasaki, they took the restrictors out. Everybody said, well, that's it. The Kawasaki's are done, or they're going to have to work hard. And it looks like Brian Smith and these guys have it figured out. He won his heat. He won his Dash for Cash. He may be able to win the mile this afternoon. Give it up for national number 42, the Piper, Brian Smith. What a ride. I tell you what, that has to be fun.
Yeah, the track's beautiful. It's a beautiful day, and man, it's just a ton of fun out there.
You still think it's going to be a dogfight in the 25-mile main?
I'm sure there'll be somebody there. Hopefully it's only maybe me and Coolbeth or something can get away, then sort it out in the last 5 laps. But nonetheless, Crosley Radio and Via Esparza, man, it's been great. Everybody that's been behind me the last couple of weeks finishing these bikes, it's been tough, but I'm really happy right now.
Congratulations, Brian.
Thanks a lot. I want to thank all the fans again for coming out and watching one heck of a show today.
Only the lead dog gets a change of scenery. He's gotten to see all of it up front close this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, the Piper, send him off to the expert main Springfield style for Brian Smith.
There are only 2 expert semis. Here is your starting lineup for expert semi number 1.
Expert semi number 1 on the pole. Number 10, Johnny Lewis, Coatesville, Pennsylvania, riding the KTM GE Capital Waters Auto Body KTM. 65, Corey Texter, Willow Street, Pennsylvania, on the Racing Unlimited Kawasaki. 15, from Clio, Michigan, the racing lady, Nicole Meese, on the Harley-Davidson Black Hills Harley-Davidson entry. Number 74G from Edmond, Oklahoma, on the USC Racing Kawasaki, that's Ronnie Jones. Starting 5th, number 74 from Olympia, Washington. No sponsors listed on this Kawasaki for Scooter Vernon. Last rider on the front row, they call him the California Kid, number 49, Chad Coast from Fremont, California, also on a Kawasaki. Back in row number 2, 68, Josh Cook, 41, Brad Hazel, 74P, Chaz Lenders, 47G, Colt Shabolts, 28P, Michael Bickerton, 81G, Brett Souders. Let's go to row number 3, 69F, Ben Evans, 23, Jeffrey Carver Jr., 81C, Zach Palmer, and Shayna Texter scheduled to start at the tail end of the field. A couple of riders going to the penalty row, didn't hear the official word. I don't know if they were late to practice, were they late to practice or late to staging? So a couple of riders were late to staging. They're going to go all the way back to row number 4. If they want to get to the main event, they got to get there from a long ways back there. They're starting tail dead last in the field. Semi-final number 1, we have 2 semis, top 3 to the main event. After our second semi, we'll take our second scheduled intermission. Ronnie Jones pulls up the 74G Kawasaki. Remember, he's the oldest rider to ever make a Grand National main event. He did it Labor Day weekend. He is now 53 years young, and he's at the tail end of the field on the bike that JD Beach rode to the podium spot 2 days in a row back-to-back. That is Ronnie Jones, 74G. He's back there on the USC Kawasaki road number 4. They're working on the side of Brett Souders on the 81G, coming to us from Weatherford, Oklahoma. Talking things over with his dad. That is Denny Souders, the mechanic. Now they're going to adjust the clutch a little bit. They're just about out of time. You only have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They said, let's go. Bike is fired up. We're going to try to start them. Okay, Brett Souders puts the shield down. A couple of bikes are smoking just a little bit. Here we go. Semi-final number 1 for the Expert Twins. 8 laps, 8 miles around the Springfield Mile. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. RPMs come up and they are off. Into turn number 1, it is Nicole Meese out front. The racing lady says, let me lead this one. She's won here before in a dash for cash. She's looking for a win here in the semifinal. Top 4 will go to the main event. Second place rider gets tucked in the draft. They're staggered already, split up a little bit. Here comes the third. Now the fourth place rider goes up to third place. We'll figure out who that is when they come back this direction. Keep your eyes out for the 74G. Ronnie Jones started tail into the field for being late to staging. See if he can make his way towards the front. Off of 4, down the long front straightaway. It's Nicole Meese. Scooter Vernon's there on the 74. Johnny Lewis on the 10 bike. With Chad Coase worked his way up to 4th place. He needs one more spot, top 3 of the main event. Chad Coase won last night the All-Star National TT. Right behind us at the Multi-Purpose Arena. Coase up there looking for a transfer into today's main event. Down the back chute, it's Nicole Meese on the Harley-Davidson. Black Hills Harley-Davidson entry out front. She's trying to break away. Scooter Vernon's right there on the number 74. Scooter Vernon from Olympia, Washington on the Kawasaki's up to 2nd. Nicole trying to break the draft. Johnny Lewis in the 3rd spot. Chad Coase 4th. Corey Texter's now up to the 5th spot. Corey Texter's on the bike that his sister Shayna Texter won the Pro Twins race here last year. Now he's caught up to the lead pack. So the lead pack was single file. Now they're all stacking up. Here comes Scooter Vernon looking for the lead. Down the back chute, Scooter Vernon on the inside. Now Nicole Meese on the outside. Nicole backs off a little bit. She says, let me get in line. Let's see if I can draft back, fight towards the start-finish line. Better up to finish, better starting spot you will have in the main, but we know only the top 3 will make the main event. There's Nicole Meese. Here comes Scooter Vernon. Johnny Lewis. JL10's up to 3rd. Now he comes up there looking for the lead. Johnny Lewis trying to go from 3rd place up to the lead. He's running the high, wide, and handsome lane up there just a little bit to the edge of the groove. Off of 2, down the back chute, Nicole Meese. Now here comes some more riders. Here comes Corey Texter from 5th, up to 3rd, up the inside. 3 riders battling for 3rd place. New leader going into turn number 3. I believe that's Nicole Meese on the 15 bike. The racing lady from Clio, Michigan. Nicole's going to lead him off of 4. Halfway flag is going to fly this time by. Here they come back at us. It is Nicole. Now Scooter Vernon. Here comes JL10. Johnny Lewis shoves it up the inside. New leader into 1. Johnny Lewis on the KTM. JL10 on the KTM LC8 950. Look at 5. Now 6 riders battling for 3 spots. Somebody's off the pace just a little bit. I believe that was Shayna Texter. Now she's got back in line, so Shayna Texter's caught up. She's trying to follow her brother Corey Texter up there through the main and make it to the top 3 spots here in this semi. Shayna's got it pointed the right direction. Here she comes. She's got some head shakes. She's trying to pull out and go around. So Shayna has some head shake right there at the tail end of the straightaway, but she has caught the draft. As they went by the start-finish line, it was Lewis, Scooter Vernon, Nicole Meese was in the 3rd spot. Corey Texter is right there in 4th. Shayna Texter now moves up to 5th place. Shayna gets the head shake at the end of the straightaways, and she has to back off early once again. Next time by, Kevin Clark, the flagman, will show them 2 laps to go. They're all in line, bringing them off of 4. Leaders getting a little bit sideways. Here they come. Down the front straightaway, Johnny Lewis, Nicole Meese. They are 2 by 2. So Shayna Texter again with the head shake right at the end of the straightaway.
Scotty, that has to be the scariest head shake ever that I've seen.
Well, it's crazy because it only happens at the tail end of the straightaway.
At 130 mile an hour.
Absolutely, she weighs. She doesn't weigh hardly anything. Now she's backed off the pace a little bit. I don't know what happened right there. She lost a lot of ground. We might lead this one up to the top 5. Now Shayna grabs a handful. She's so fast in the corners. She catches them, but she has to let off at the end of the straightaways. White flag coming out. Here we go to the white flag. It's Johnny Lewis, Nicole Meese, Corey Texter, Scooter Vernon. Look like they touched tires right there. Looks like Shayna's backing off the pace just a little bit. So Nicole is trying to hang on to a transfer spot. Shayna Texter's just trying to hang on to the motorcycle. Johnny Lewis, JL10, first time he's ever thrown the leg over this motorcycle, and he's out front. Here comes Nicole Meese. She backs off. She's going to get back in line. Watch the battle for 3rd and 4th. We only have room for 3 of these riders. Everybody else becomes spectators, just like you and me up here in the grandstands. Here they come off of 4. Johnny Lewis breaking the tire sideways just a little bit. Johnny Lewis, Nicole Meese, Corey Texter. Across the finish line, my co-host on the Next Moto Champion radio show goes to the main event. 25A off the pace. How about it, Springfield? Let's put our hands together for Shayna Texter. She hung on as long as she could on that Triumph's got a lot of head shake, and she's off the pace right there in the front straightaway. Here's your finishing order. 3 different brands going to make the main. Number 10, Johnny Lewis. 15, Nicole Meese on the Harley-Davidson. Johnny Lewis won by 0.045 seconds. Corey Texter, first time back out here on the Grand National Circuit on a twin, takes the 3rd and final transfer spot. Chad Coast, Scooter Vernon, Ronnie Jones came from the tail end of the field up to 6th place. Both riders are going back to the haulers. So we'll bring our winner, JL10, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Lewis going to come to the victory podium.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys are veteran fans, almost all of you. And I know what you just witnessed with Shayna Texter was amazing. I don't know how she didn't park the bike. I would have parked it after lap number 1. If you feel like I do, how about we make some noise right now for number 25A, Shayna Texter. A lesser human being would have parked that motorcycle. And now we make way for the awesome KTM 950, and it's exciting to do so. They've worked so hard, has the Waters Auto Body guys, and Johnny Lewis as well. National number 10 has done it in the last possible opportunity for him. He has qualified for the expert main. Give it up for national number 10, Johnny Lewis. You had to do it the hard way, big boy.
Yeah, it was good. You know, today was the first time I sat on the motorcycle, went out there and rode first practice, so, you know, to come out and win a semi is a good way to get some extra laps.
These guys have worked so hard on this 950 KTM. You made it look easy today. How's the racetrack for you and your forecast for the main?
You know, just more laps is good. We change stuff every time we're out there, and you know, Dave's been awesome to work with the first race, and you know, I almost rather win a semi than get 4th in a heat race. So it's good track time, and put the KTM up on top of the box today.
Anybody want to say thanks to before I turn you loose?
Just David Waters, KTM. You know, the whole crew has been awesome. You know, my wife, and I had a new child. He's 2.5 months today. So you know, it's been great. You know, great experience, and happy to be out here today.
Congratulations to the David Waters, the entire Waters Auto Body team, and this man, national number 10, JL10, Johnny Lewis.
Following this one, our 18-rider expert main event field will be completed. This is how they will start expert semi number 2.
On the pole, ladies and gentlemen, from Salinas, California, 14, Briar Bauman. Starting second from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, number 73, Doug Lawrence. From Peoria, Illinois, D-Rod, number 61, Dustin Crow. From Meade, Washington, number 16, Wyatt McGuire. Starting fifth from Standish, Michigan, 93X, Danny Kelch. And last rider on the front row from Attica, New York, 96B, Cody John Cox. Let's go back to row number 2, 27, Robbie Pearson, 20T, Mikey LaBelle, 35, Will Cato, 64C, Jerry Steele, 46, Aaron Lindbergs, and the 21, Duke Erickson. Row number 3 looks like this, 88G, Kent Briggs, 11C, Shane Fox, and the 89, that is Evan Bear. This is our last qualifying race of the afternoon. After this one, we will have another short break before we get ready for our 2 main events. So last chance to get to the main, top 3 to the main event expert, semifinal number 2. Oh, everybody's waving. Lights on green. I guess they said. So everybody's got their hand in the air. Looks like Brian Bauman takes the 14 around. Looks like his Kawasaki.
Yeah, Scotty, they're pointing at the Christmas tree. Apparently there was an issue with the light. They're working on it here. Going to get it fired up here in a moment, I'm certain. But that is what the holdup is that this Christmas tree again. When our official starter Kevin Clark pushes the button, the computer takes over. That light goes green. Here we go.
Flag. We're going to a green flag start this time. Watch Kevin Clark. He's going to climb on top of a hay bale. We're going to change it up. The light is not working. And there it is green, and we are off. So that was interesting. Kind of had to improvise right there. Last second, the Christmas tree was not working, so the leaders going into turn number 1. Now they're grabbing turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Top 3 to the main event. This is our last qualifying race of the day. Down the back chute they go. Here comes Bauman on the bright green Kawasaki. Now they're 3 wide for second place. The third place rider had to check up just a little bit. Next time by. Here they come off of turn number 4. Looking for the green flag from Kevin Clark, the flagman. Look at these riders come at us. Semi-final number 2. Up the inside, we got 73 out there. Doug Lawrence, 14. Bauman. It is Briar Bauman, your leader. Now I think Doug Lawrence takes things over. Bauman back to the 2 spot. Dustin Crowe, D-Rod from Peoria, Illinois is up there on the big number 61. Danny Kelch is also up there on the 93X. Top 3 to the main event. Everybody else is done until we go to Knoxville. And that's just a few weeks away. June 15th, we go to Knoxville Raceway. Battles on the racetrack for 3rd and 4th place. We have room for 3 of them. Here they come off of 4. Leaders tucking in, getting under the paint. Here they come back at us. It's Doug Lawrence, Briar Bauman, 93X is up there. That is Kelch. Danny Kelch started on the front row. He's in the 3rd spot. He's got the bright yellow leathers. He's hanging on to the last transfer spot. Leaders breaking away. One rider's going to go back to the pit area. His day's done. Out front, the 14, Kawasaki bright green leathers out front leading. That is Briar Bauman, number 14, Salinas, California. No sponsors listed on this rider. He's out front trying to hang on to a 2 rider trying to break away. We got room for 3 of them. We're going to bring them off the 4. Doug Lawrence is right there. Dougie Fresh from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada's in the 2 spot. Here comes Fresh. Dustin Crowe gets all kinds of head shake on the 61. Had to puck her up and get it back in line. So Dustin Crowe, D-Rod had the drive, but he had the head shake right there, had to let off, and he dropped some time. He'll put his head down, try to catch up to that 3rd place rider. Battle for the lead now out front. It is Doug Lawrence, number 73. 73 is going to try to lead him off the turn number 4. Halfway flags are going to come out this time by. National number 73 from Canada is out front. That's Doug Fresh. Dougie Lawrence. Bauman in the 2 spot. Bauman making the move. Dustin Crowe has recovered nicely from the head shake. D-Rod. The late Donnie Bargeman called him D-Rod. D-Rod's up to the 3rd spot. That's Dustin Crowe from Peoria, Illinois, and the number 61. I know he wants to make the main event. He took a win a couple weeks ago up at the Henry, Illinois half mile. Steve Nace, All-Star National Flat Track Series race. He's up to 3rd right now. New leader going into turn number 3. Here they come, bringing us back off of turn number 4. Laps winding down in this semi-final number 2. Up next will be our 2nd and final intermission. Doug Lawrence, Briar Bauman, Dustin Crowe, 1, 2, and 3. Danny Kelch right there in the 4 spot. Kelch on the rear wheel. A couple of Harley Davidsons battling back there for 3rd and 4th. Remember, only 3 of them are going to keep on going. Now Bauman's in the lead. Here comes Doug Lawrence on the 73 trying to make the draft pass. He goes up the inside. New leader going into 3. Doug Lawrence hangs on the throttle a little bit longer and takes the lead into 3 and now into number 4. Coming off the turn number 4, here comes your leader. 73 on the number plate. Doug Lawrence, your leader. 2nd, Bauman. 3rd, Dustin Crowe. Here comes Kelch on the 93. Kelch goes up the inside trying to take over. Dustin Crowe says not yet. Crowe shuts the door right there in the 3rd spot. 2 laps to go. Now a lap and a half to go for your leader. Down the backside, it's Bauman out front. Number 14. Here comes Dougie Fresh, 73. 73 goes back out front. Bauman in the 2 spot. Here they come, bringing them off of turn number 4. White flag's going to fly this time by. Last qualifying race of the afternoon. It is Doug Lawrence, Briar Bauman. Now Danny Kelch in the 3rd spot. Last lap. Can the Illinois rider get up there and get into the main event? He's got to pass the Michigan rider battling back there for third and fourth. Green leathers out front. It is Briar Bauman, the youngster from Salinas, California, number 14. Leads him down the back chute. Now here comes Kelch around the outside. Doug Lawrence dropping like a rock. Lawrence does something, happens up in tournament 2, drops from second to fourth place. Here they come. Checker flag's going to fly. It's going to be a barn burner. Top 3 will go to the main event. Everybody else is done for the afternoon. Here they come off of 4. It is Bauman on the 14. 61 D-Rod's in. 73 puts his hand out. Something must have went wrong on the number 73 bike as he is off the pace. So a tough break for Dougie Fresh. Doug Lawrence was in a transfer spot. It seemed like it led up going down the back chute as Doug Lawrence drops out of a transfer spot. So we're going to have some 3 happy riders. And ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kelch is in a main event. That means next year he will not have a letter behind his numbers. He's earned a Grand National number. We'll confirm that with the AMA National number guys, Donnie LaRue and the gang. We might have a new national number. Actually, matter of fact, we do. Your winner, number 73. Actually, that's not right. It's got an updating. Your winner was the 14. It's what I saw, Bauman. They're setting things on the scoring. I believe the 93.
You can't believe everything you see on the internet.
I know that, yeah, the computers, it hasn't caught up yet, but I believe it's the 14. He's going to the pit area. So he's missing his interview. I think he's too excited. Can you send the 14 over here? He's already down. He's over there in the podium, so I think we're not going to do it. So we're going to take a short break. Our final intermission, ladies and gentlemen. Barry Boone, sorry about the podium, but Bauman's too excited. He's over there. He's going to the main event. They still haven't updated the screen, but I believe it was Bauman, Danny Kelch, and D-Rod. Dustin Crow from Peoria, Illinois is in the main event. So this is our second intermission. We got a new national number next year, Donnie LaRue. That's right. So
and you know, it might be a good time to go ahead and explain a little deeper on that for the benefit of our new fans, those that are here and those that are joining us on fanschoice.tv. If you, when these riders lose the letter designation on their number, that means that the prior year or at some point in their career, they qualified for an expert main. Just to let you know, a lot of riders will race their entire career and they will never qualify for an expert main. Therefore, they never get a national number. That is a big deal to earn your national number. When you see a national number that is a single digit, that means that they are a prior Grand National champion. Only those get to wear a single digit number.
Barry, this is our second and final scheduled intermission. Up next, we have 2 main events. The next one will be our Pro Twins main event, 18 riders, 12 laps the distance, and our last race will come up right after that will be our expert main, 18 riders, 25 laps.
And you know, if I were a fan, I would go either grab me a Sozo or a Miller Lite and enjoy a little ice-cold beverage here for the next few moments.
Well, as a matter of fact, they are telling me right now we need to call up Pro Twins. You need to come to staging right now. Pro Twins, you are needed in staging.
And of course, the reason is we started 15 minutes late, and they're going to make every effort to begin our events for our main events on time as per the schedule. So if you go downstairs, be brief. If they're calling them up, that means they want them to be ready to go when it's time.
All right, we appreciate it, Barry Boone. This was our second and final scheduled intermission right now. Don't forget to stop by, grab yourself a Springfield Mile t-shirt. They've got hats, they've got pins, they've got some other shirts. The Hall of Fame shirts are on sale down there. Lots of other stuff going on. Lima, Ohio, the last Saturday in June.
Well, this is cool. He found his way.
He got lost.
He got a little turned around. Maybe he wanted to get a little wrenching done on the bike, but nonetheless, he's done it. He made the trip out from Salinas, California. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a rising star in our series. Give it up for your last chance semi winner, national number 14, Briar Bauman. Good ride, sir.
Thank you. It was different. We were having a little bike trouble. She was hopping around quite a bit, but we got it figured out, and just going to try and put it all together for the main.
It's always good to get qualified for a main, even if it is through a expert semi. I mean, that's a long way and that's the hard way. That also means you're starting back there on that third row. But hey, better to be in it. And from the third row in a 25-mile event, can you make it up?
I think so. You know, I found myself in a lot of semis last year and kind of joked about it. But, you know, you just have to use it to your advantage in certain ways. You know, I've seen the track the last, and I don't know how much it'll help from the third row, but I'm going to try my best to work my way up. We're going to get the Warner Springsteen Kawasaki dialed in and try and go to the front.
Good luck to you, Briar.
Thank you.
Our Bauman, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye out for national number 14. And we'll play a little music, we'll take a little break, and enjoy a little downtime, unless Scotty's got something else. I'm throwing it back topside.